Hello guys, welcome back to another video. As always, I am so excited to have you guys here. We are doing a little post-vacation reset refresh. I got back from Italy yesterday, so I was there for about 10 or 11 days if you count the travel days, but it was a pretty long journey yesterday. We had to get up at about 4:30 a.m. and then we flew from Florence to Heathrow. We had about a 3-hour layover in Heathrow, and then we flew to Toronto, and then I got a taxi home. So by the time I got home yesterday, I was just really wiped out and I just went to sleep. I don't have work today. I'm just gonna do a full refresh and reset. I want to go grocery shopping. I want to do my laundry. I want to do a deep clean of my apartment. I cleaned it before I left, but I really like to do a full deep clean. I obviously have to do some prep for work this week because I go back to work tomorrow. I also would really like to get a workout in. I actually didn't do a proper workout while I was on vacation. I talked about this on my Instagram. I shared my top 6 tips for staying healthy on vacation and how you can come back from vacation feeling energized and refreshed and ready to go. But one of the things that I kind of do is if it's more of a walking, exploring vacation, which I find European vacations are, I will just aim to get about 15 to 20,000 steps per day instead of doing kind of a structured workout routine, which I definitely did. I think I averaged about 18,000 steps per day, which was amazing, although the heat was very intense there. So it was very sweaty for a lot of those steps. But with that being said, you guys can also check out my Italy vlog. I believe that should be the video before this one. Hopefully it's up by now. So that is kind of all the little clips. I just had my iPhone with me. I didn't take a proper camera because I didn't want to carry it around. So all of those are filmed on my iPhone, but hopefully it still turns out okay. I want to do a full reset and refresh. I have some other videos where I've done this as well, so I will link those down below. But I'm about to head out. I want to go to the butcher store and then go to the little fruit and vegetable stands by my house as well. So I'm gonna go pick up most of my groceries. I would like to not have to go to the grocery store today and just be able to get everything there. And then right before I leave, I am gonna throw in a load of laundry. And then I think for meal prep, I'm just gonna keep it really simple. Honestly, food there was amazing. You know, Italy has such good food, but I am really excited to come home and just eat my staple meals, my eggs and avocado toast, my peanut sauce spring rolls. I think this week I'm gonna meal prep some chicken thighs so I can do a big salad for lunch every day. But yeah, that is going to be the plan. So I'm gonna head out and then I'll probably catch up with you guys for the meal prep aspect of it. Maybe I'll do a grocery haul too. Okay, I just got back from the markets by my house, so I'm going to show you guys everything I picked up. The only thing I couldn't find was the Japanese sweet potatoes that I like. So I'll probably either just swing by Whole Foods later today or tomorrow and grab some because I kind of want to cook those up. So at the butcher store, I just grabbed some chicken thighs. I love doing batch prep proteins in the summer so that I don't have to turn on my oven or my stove multiple times throughout the week. So I'm going to cook those up. And then I also grabbed some tempeh. They were all out of the original, so I just grabbed the red pepper flavor, and I already marinated that. I just marinated it in some low sodium tamari, maple syrup, and garlic powder. I've got that marinating in the fridge, and I'll just bake it in the oven at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes, just until it's golden and it looks like it's done. And then I'll have it for spring rolls throughout the week. And then in terms of produce, I got 2 packets of raspberries. I grabbed a few bananas for yogurt bowls this week. I also grabbed 2 limes. Before I headed out, I just started some tea so that I could have iced tea throughout the week. I did a combination of hibiscus, burdock root, marshmallow, and what was the last one? And oat straw. So once those have cooled down, I'm gonna add in some lime, and then I might also grab some coconut water as well to make a little like homemade electrolyte drink, because it's really hot here. It's like as hot as it was in Italy. Well, maybe not Rome. Rome was like super duper hot. I also got 2 big things of spring mix because they had a sale. It was like 2 for $5, I think. And then I got a big bag of carrots. I also grabbed some dates as well. I love dates and peanut butter for dessert. That's all the produce that I got. And then I popped into the health food store as well. I just picked up some more sauerkraut, the original flavor, And then I also got some more tamari. That is everything that I got. What I'm gonna do right now is probably let the tempeh marinate for a little bit more. I might cook the chicken up right now just to get it out of the way, and then I'm gonna put everything away, and then I'll probably just do a deep clean of my apartment, and then in a little bit I'll walk over to Whole Foods and grab sweet potatoes. I guess I'll also grab eggs while I'm there and probably just do some hard-boiled eggs for the week. I also grabbed some flowers, so I'm just gonna have to put these in a vase. That is the plan for right now. But maybe right now, while I have my camera out, I'll also show you guys the olive oil that I picked up, because I got 4 bottles of olive oil while I was in Italy, because I got olive oil in Greece last year and it lasted me almost a full year. I'd say it lasted me about 9 months, and I got 3 big bottles. I also got some balsamic vinegar, so let me go and get that and I will show you guys. They're all covered in bubble wrap because I was really worried about them taking them on the plane, so the people bubble wrap them. So 2 of these I actually sampled at the store, so maybe I'll show those 2 first, and then the other 2, some of my boyfriend's family members who were also on the trip went to a wine and olive oil tasting thing, so they picked up a few there as well. But I'll start with the 2 that I tried. Okay, so they're both by the same company. There's this one. I love olive oil because it's a great source of monounsaturated fats, those omega-9s that are so great for our health. It's also a really amazing source of polyphenols, right? Those antioxidants. And I really say the gut microbiome thrives off of polyphenols and fiber, but there's so many benefits to olive oil. So I'm really, really excited for this. I'll probably use it a lot for salad dressing. I don't really like super sharp, bitter olive oils. And some of the ones that I tried, I got that like really strong burning sensation at the end, and I didn't really want that. So these 2 were amazing. The flavor was so good. So I'm really excited to try those. And then I also tried balsamic vinegar, because I also find that it's really hard to find balsamic vinegar in Canada that doesn't either have some sort of sweetener in it or caramel. Even the really high quality ones seem to have caramel added to them, which I didn't want. And the person was talking to me and he was telling me how the longer it is aged, the sweeter it gets. And I really like my balsamic vinegar on the sweeter side, especially because I use it in salad dressings, and especially in vinaigrettes, you always want a element of sweetness. So if I don't want to add something overtly sweet to the salad dressing, I like using a sweeter balsamic. Also, if I'm using it on top of something like a peach and cheese salad, which I had the most amazing salad there. It was arugula, grilled peaches, and then I think it was burrata in the middle, and they put balsamic on top, and the balsamic vinegar was nice and sweet and flavorful. So I'd kind of want to try and recreate that, though I don't have anywhere to grill peaches because I don't have a grill here. But anyway, back to the original point. I really like this balsamic vinegar. It was definitely one of the sweetest ones that I tasted. I also tasted a white, it was either white or rosé balsamic. It was really good as well, but I just limited myself to one. So this is the balsamic I got. I'm so excited to use this. Again, like I love to do just really simple salads. So good. And you can see how thick it is for a balsamic vinegar and not a balsamic glaze. So I am very, very excited for that one. And then the 2 that my boyfriend's family members picked up for me. This one looks gorgeous and I love the bottle. And then this was the other one. Okay, so they also got me one with basil in it as well. That was my little olive oil and balsamic vinegar haul. I also got this little olive oil dispenser. I was so indecisive picking it because the ceramics, especially in Positano and Sorrento, especially in Positano, the ceramics were gorgeous, and there was a bunch with really traditional designs. But I think that the coast and the Amalfi Coast was my favorite place that I visited in all of Italy. I actually really liked Florence as well, but I think just I love being by the water. In Greece, my favorite was definitely the islands, but especially Mykonos. In France, I loved Marseille. So I think that I'm just someone who's really drawn to water, especially salt water and the sea or the ocean. So I got this one, which just has a nice painting of the coastline. Thought it was so gorgeous. I think that I have to get a better spout for it though. I'll probably just have to find one that fits it. That was my little Italy haul. That was the extent of my shopping in Italy. But I'm gonna put everything away, probably do a tiny bit of meal prep. So you guys know I'm not a fan of conventional meal prep where you prep the entire meal, but I am a fan of ingredient prep, and I always like to prep some protein, carbohydrate, and sauces. I just find that it makes my meals come together so much quicker throughout the week. So in addition to making the tempeh, I also made some chicken thighs. I always make these the same way on my stovetop. I just season them with salt, garlic powder, and parsley, and they are so great to have on hand for salads. And then I have been craving my tempeh spring rolls with peanut sauce, so I made up a big batch of my peanut sauce. I will put all the ingredients up on the screen, but it's great for spring rolls, it's great for noodle bowls or rice bowls. It really is so versatile. And then I just ran over to Whole Foods, it's pretty close to my house, and I just grabbed some eggs, sweet potatoes, and a few other things. And then I decided to prep some sweet potatoes. Again, I love having these on hand as a really easy carbohydrate to add to any meal. They're a great source of fiber. Plus, when you cook and cool them, they become a resistant starch. So they're great for helping to support blood sugar and helping to feed the gut microbiome. And this time I just got some white Japanese and also some purple sweet potatoes, and I season them the same way. I use avocado oil, Ceylon cinnamon, and salt. And then I just roast them in the oven at about 400 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes. I just keep an eye on them and pull them out when they look done. And then another really easy protein source that I love to keep on hand is either medium or hard boiled eggs. I like them more on the medium boiled side, so they're a little bit jammy in the middle. I find if I'm doing extra large eggs, it's about 8 minutes. With large eggs, it's about 7 minutes. And then I just put them into ice water right away. And they are such an easy protein source to have on hand, especially in the mornings. I thought I'd show you guys a few clips from the week, just how I incorporate these. For breakfast, I love just using the eggs with some toast with avocado, cottage cheese. I either do toast or put them on English muffins. They are so great to have on hand. And then for the peanut sauce, of course, I love to use those for tempeh spring rolls. So I just do spring rolls, some carrots, avocado, spring mix, or microgreens, roll those up in my rice paper rolls, and then I use the peanut sauce as a dipping sauce. You can also use other protein sources in this. I've also done it with shrimp that has been really good as well. For the iced tea, once it was all cooled off, I just strained it and mixed it with a little bit of coconut water and lime. Whenever I'm buying coconut water, I just look for one that's 100% coconut water, no sugar or anything else added. And this was such a nice, refreshing drink to have on hand throughout the week. And then for the chicken, I really love to make just giant salad bowls. So you can use the chicken and the sweet potato. So I just start by chopping up the chicken, some greens. I add the sweet potato. I also like to add in some avocado and some sauerkraut. And then for a dressing, I just usually add some salt, parsley, maybe a little bit of garlic powder. And then I use some olive oil and the balsamic vinegar that I just got. It is so good and such a quick and easy lunch because really everything is already prepped. That does bring us to the end of the video. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed it and got some value out of it. I do always get asked how I kind of reset, bounce back, get back on track from vacation. And really, I say that I don't really feel like I need to do that anymore. Over the past few years, I've really figured out how to balance my health with being on vacation so that I come home feeling refreshed and energized and not feel like I have to quote unquote get back on track or reset my health or anything like that. I'm actually really excited to come home, get back into my routine, but I don't feel exhausted. I don't feel like I need to rest or get back on track after vacation because I've had that in the past where I've come home and I've been super bloated and super tired and I didn't feel very good. And it was really hard to get back on track. If you feel like that is you every time you get back from vacation, I would highly highly recommend checking out those 6 tips on my Instagram. I'll link it down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.